that's what I did. And I had no other choice, right? There was no other option to pick up the phone and, get somebody on the other end because I was sinking fast. So I didn't have any other, I burned the boats just like he recommended. And that's really how I got comfortable with selling and
us.
Yeah, sure. I started in November 2018, came out of that, started really big. I wanted to go big. So I got 25 of Greg's GMBs and started building sites and doing backlinks and learning the process and all of that. But I figured it would be a good strategy to put a lot of pressure on myself to perform. And so I did do that, but I went down a lot of rabbit holes. I chased a lot of shiny objects, and I'm looking at a squirrel outside my window right now, and I'm already getting.
That used to be you, right?
Yeah, right. But I feel like that's kind of what at least for me and the way my mind works, I have to do that so that I know all of the nooks and crannies and ins and outs and nuts and bolts of everything. And that is really valuable to me because then I can see a bigger perspective. And I don't really think about it like that on the front end, but on the back end, it sure makes a big difference when you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So
right.
I went through all of that, and then I met you at Reload in 2019, at Reload 2019. So that's where we met. Okay.
Awesome. And then when did you, I can't remember when we started working together, where you actually so you came in and you started doing sales, which, for sales for a lot of people, that's a tough piece to fill, and it's where a lot of us start out. And I've noticed that there is, seems to be a correlation with some of the people that are doing better in here also seem to be good at sales. But as your agency grows and as things start to scale, it is a piece that you may want to not be the only one doing, or kind of like phase yourself out of. And that's kind of the situation I found myself in. It's probably like my favorite part of this entire thing is not doing like the tech stuff necessarily. It's the sales. I love the people, but you got to make a decision. If you're going to grow, you can't be wearing these hats. Like if you want to be able to go and spend like a month in Hawaii where you're not in the mix every day, then that means there's got to be somebody for every part of your agency that can take over. So it's great to find somebody with that understands the business model and also kind of has like the sales skills, right? So it's been a really good fit. And what did we say? Was it like February? Is that when we kind of like joined forces? April?
Yeah, just as a little background, like I'm not a salesperson, and I came in trying to sidestep the sales process. I was part owner of a contracting company, and that's one of the reasons why I joined business. And we had a lot of subcontractors that we worked with, and I thought, well, I'll just build them sites, and I already have my clients. Like I don't really need to learn how to sell. So I found out really quickly that due diligence is as important as sales. I got in a lot of really competitive niches, and all the backlinking and citations and whatever, it wasn't enough to rank the sites in those competitive markets and competitive niches. So I really, burned all my dry powder trying to do that, and then really didn't have any other option but to go into sales, frankly. And so I was very lucky in the sense that when I went to Reload and all that, I met you, and then the next month after that, Dan decided to do the sales school. So I went to that. And I felt very confident. I just kind of like, I was telling somebody earlier today, having a similar conversation. I just kind of channeled Dan, like he's in my head. And I love that kind of like, brash confidence and just going for it. And so if I channel him, I'm good, right? So
right.
That's what I did. And I had no other choice, right? There was no other options to pick up the phone and, get somebody on the other end because I was sinking fast. So I didn't have any other. I burned the boats just like he recommended. And that's really how I got comfortable with selling and comfortable with the process of picking up the phone and cold calling and just banging it like that. And I did that all day long, every day for months on end. And I found a lot of success doing that. It's a numbers game. It's there's no rocket science there. It's like pick up the phone and dial it, and you're going to find some success somewhere, somehow.
Right. Absolutely. So